Let's talk data. Here's data for you. Historically, who in your life shifted your way of thinking? Give me 3 names. Who in your life that you think about
in what part of?
Say politics, capitalism, way of thinking.
In politics and capitalism was you.
Okay, give me 2 other names. Who in your life got you to think of certain things? It could be spiritual.
Yeah.
It could be marriage. It could be finances. It could be business. It could be politics. Who flipped you?
Does it have to be somebody I met, or can it be somebody I read?
No, not at all. Could be a distance. Yeah, could be a Milton Friedman. I've never met Milton Friedman, right?
Yeah.
Who could it be for? Who's it for you?
Flipped or just influence in general?
For you to say, damn, that makes sense. You know what? Maybe the way I'm thinking right now.
Like switch my way of thinking?
Yes.
Oh, okay. To me, for on a personal level, to be a little bit more careful with my decisions and who I'm around, I'm going to say it's going to be my grandmother.
Okay.
She's like very like, hey, be aware of who's around you. Not everybody's your friend. Because I used to be very trusting, you know, very not like trusting, but like you're young and naive. So you think everybody's out to help you. With politics and capitalism, obviously it was you. And then as far as taking things a little bit more to a whole nother level of making a how can I explain it? Making it an actual career, not career, but making a bold move and a statement. I think to me is going to be my buddy Jesse with Lexit. Like, hey, we really need to push. It's not just you believing in your perspective on what's happening with America. We need to drive this to the Jesse from Lexit.
So
from Lexit movement.
So PBD,
yes.
Jesse,
grandmother. Yeah.
Okay. Who's for you? 3 names.
Well, I don't know his name. It's crazy, but one of the most influential moments of my life was that Navy SEAL gave the speech when I was with the Cardinals.
Got it. And you told me that story. That's sick.
That was one of the most.
Yep.
That was like transformative.
You called it the best motivational speech you've ever heard, and you've heard thousands.
And it was.
Tell everybody, since they're listening, could be good for them to hear it.
Okay. All right. So when I was in the minor leagues, one of the things that they do is they bring everybody into an auditorium once a week. I imagine similar to like, sales executives, and they give these motivational speeches, and they have these speakers come in, and they get, an hour, and it's normally horrible. It's normally the worst hour of your entire week. You got to listen to this guy, try hard. If you're not working hard, the other guy, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, yeah, we get that. And like, we didn't get here by not working hard.
Understanding that.
Jerk. Yeah, but there was one guy came in, he was a Navy SEAL. Normally these guys wear suits and everything like that. This dude was in T-shirts, jeans, and flip-flops. Kind of a little dude, like not like what you would expect a Navy SEAL or whatever. And he stands up and he's like, who here has heard pain is weakness leaving the body? And we're like, here we go again. He's like, that is the dumbest shit anybody's ever said out loud. And we're like, what? He was like, who here has heard that if you're not working hard, somebody else is going to outwork you, and when you meet them, they'll win? And we were like, yeah. And they were like, yeah, because rest isn't important. And like, if you overtrain and tear your knee, did your ACL lack will? And so we were like, what is this guy talking? It's so the antithesis.
Unconventional,
it was the antithesis of everything we've ever heard.
But the way he turns it is what makes sense.
And he says, this is the deal, man. He goes, this sucks. Waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and running and working out and then going for batting practice all day and then hitting the gym, and that sucks. But you do it anyway. And you can't trick yourself into saying something that sucks doesn't suck. You can't be on the 3rd mile of a 3.5 mile, 95-degree run. Guy. Yeah, and be like, this is great, I love this. No, it's horrible. But you do it anyway. And everybody else, when it gets horrible, they quit. And that's why you're you and they're them. Know it sucks and do it anyway. Embrace the suck. That was his whole thing. Wow. Embrace the suck.
So number 1, embrace the suck, Navy SEAL. Who else? Give me 2 more.
2 more. The second one was Jordan Peterson, somebody that you've interviewed.
That's
very, very influential in my life. And the third one, it probably isn't one person. I went into college a pretty liberal dude, very anti-George Bush, very anti Blood for Oil. It was all the liberals in my college that were doing like performative stuff, and I was like, man, I am definitely not one of them. So
it's crazy. You've told that story as well. Watch this here. So watch this here. He just gave his 3. You gave your 3. Navy SEAL Jordan Peterson, liberals at the college you went to. A bunch of people. By the way, I'm curious. I want to hear yours. Some people are saying they got a list here, so I'll give you some of the names. Jordan Peterson is out here by a lot of people. Rogan, PBD, Jordan Peterson, Larry Elder, Trump.
Larry Elder's badass. I love Larry Elder.
Prophet Muhammad, a guy said. That's
Nice.
Anas.
Wow.
We have Anas.
That's interesting.
Thomas Sowell.
Ben
Sowell.
Shapiro, Tim Cast, mom, brother-in-law. You're hearing all the list of Friedman, Reagan, Thomas Sowell. So anyways, you're going through David Goggins, Tony Robbins, all these names, right? When you sit there and think about it.
Who
Okay.
are your three?
I would have to say my three, I would put Milton Friedman in that list. Okay, 100% Milton Friedman's got to be on that list for me. I would put, I'm trying to say, Milton Friedman would be one. I'd have to put Ayn Rand on that list with Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, Atlas Shrugged, yeah.
I would have to put that on the list. There's a guy named Mono that most people won't even know. The guy played a very important role, even though stuff happened to him. He was a very important guy for me.
M-O-N-O?
M-A-N-O, Armenian guy. We used to go to his place, and we would sit there from Friday nights. Every Friday night for about 2 years, from 6 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning, we debated religion and politics is what we did.
Wow.
And from 6 p.m. till 2 in the morning, it was myself, Armand,
the owner of
Rafi's place. Yeah, he would go.
Yeah.
He introduced me to him, by the way.
Yeah.
Armand, who ended up committing, who took his life, and a couple other things, stories that we had that we go there. Anyways, so these guys flipping, but example why it's that, but flipping is different. There's example, there's flip. I'm talking flipping. Flipping is you're sitting and you're like, damn, I never thought about it that way before, right? I never thought. The art of flipping is not people who are extremely loud, emotional. That's not the art of flipping.
No. Very subtle.
Obama flipped people.
Yeah.
And he did it in his own way. Obama did. Obama got Republicans to say, this guy's not that bad. Let me vote for this guy. He's a flipper, okay? Trump flipped people. Like him or not, he flipped people.
Yep.
He got some people to say, I like this guy. Bill Clinton flipped people. Reagan flipped people. Reagan, when he won, and the day of inauguration, Khomeini sends all the different POWs 30 minutes after he's given his speech, and he says, this happened because of Jimmy Carter. He didn't take the credit. So he got the Democratic audience to say, shit, how do you not like this guy, man? Freaking give them credit to the guy he just beat. You gotta love this guy, right?
Yeah.
He flipped people. The art of, we need more people today who are learning how to flip instead of talking to people like they're idiots. Nobody flips when you think the audience is an idiot. Not on the left, not on the right. The art of flipping people is not, what an idiot. What makes, now I'm not gonna flip like that. There's gotta be a complete different way to presenting an argument to a person to say, I never thought about that way before.
That's the key. What you just said, presenting an argument, having an actual real debate. It doesn't happen now. It's all canned debates. That's really just propaganda. It's really just their message in the form of a quote-unquote debate. But nobody's having these conversations, these open and honest conversations, and there has to be some sort of, it's us too. We got to check ourselves as well. Like, we have to allow ourselves to be open to that new information as well, right? Like, it can't just be like, you said something once that was really, really smart, Pat, and it was something to the effect of, too many people listen to talk, they don't listen to hear, right? Like, I think, and that's the truth.
Sure reply.
Yeah, and I do that as well. Like, I'm as guilty of that as anybody. It's like, especially when I'm in a debate.
I think it's human nature to want to do that.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.